Today we are going to learn 5+ things to do with old book pages. Welcome everybody. This is day 38 of our daily creative practice, 20 minutes a day in 2020. All of us who make junk journals and altered books have tons and tons and tons of pages left over from our book projects that we just don't want to throw away. It's too good to throw away. So today I am going to show you some of my very favorite ways to repurpose these, and just with some ordinary tools, paints, acrylic paints, and stencils, and just things we have laying around the house. So let's just dig in and play today. So anyway, let's start with one of my very favorite things to do, and that is using a stencil underneath. And this is one where I had aged some things in our book we made last month, our altered book. So that's got some pretty neat stuff going there. So I've got some paint on my palette, and I'm just going to get a little bit on the edge, not a lot, and come in and just scrape over this. And you probably can't see much on that yet, but let me get another color. I like to use dark and light colors especially together because I think they make high contrast, makes it really look cool. And there you can see now the high contrast of what's going on under our little book page. Bring some more of the dark color in, and you can do it with one color, but I think two colors makes it just perfect. There we go. There you can see now some of that beauty. And you don't want to keep mixing and mixing until you create one color. You want to see the variations in colors there. So let me put that aside. And I like, for this, I like the thicker stencils. The thicker the stencil, the better. I know you can find some of these at the big box store, these purple ones, and they are really thick. So let me show you the difference that makes. Get some paint. And do my first pass. And then come back with my second pass. And that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And you can just keep building these up, scraping them on, scraping them off. That's two of my favorite colors together. I love yellow with aqua. That just floats my boat. Get some more aqua on my edge. Isn't that cool? I think so. Loving this. And I have a tendency to putz. Oh my heavens, I have a tendency to putz around with things. So let's bring something else in here. This is something I just picked up at the dollar store the other day. It is actually a pad for Legos or blocks. And let's see what that does. That's pretty cool. Kind of liking that. And let's turn it over and see what the other side does. that has both sides look pretty good on there. So again, you can see that close up. Pretty darn cool. Another thing I like to do is just a cardboard box. You know, we've all got those. And those come all the time. So I'm going to put this at a little bit of an angle, and I like to lay my card down almost flat and pull along there. Instead of standing it up and scraping the paint on, I love to clean my scraper off over top a cardboard box. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So you kind of see where I'm going here. I actually broke my little card this morning when I was practicing and playing, but that's going to give me a lot of joy, that little teeny piece. I think that was a great accident. I'm going to get some more paints in here. It's like a little piece of carpeting stuff, non-skid stuff. So that's pretty cool to work with. Let's see what that does. I can't find a good place to put my little palette today. And sometimes the first pass doesn't look too good. You can't see much, but then when you come back with a second pass, you can really see what's going on there. First pass and second pass. And just kind of let it flow, have fun with it. And it looks really good when you start getting the paint off at the edges. That looks really cool. So look at this one. I love this spot right in there. How are we doing? Can you think of things around your house to play with? This is something I picked up at the dollar store the other day, and I just loved these accents. So let me get a page and put it right there. And since it's heartsy, let's use a little bit of red and come in here and see what happens. In those areas, get a little yellow to go over it. Aha! That looks really good in there. Loving, I always love that little shape. Love, love, love that. That's kind of softer because this is made out of felt, so it made a much softer look and feel. So that has something to do with the overall effect also, is what you're using under it. Let me see what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back here with some of these I had used before and do another layer with them. I'm rooting through my stencils over here on the side. So that's one I had done before, and I just did it with the navy blue, and it was over some letters. Let me get that close. And that kind of looks like damask, darker and lighter of the same color. So let's come in here and see what we can make happen on this with a different stencil. Okay, I don't want to lose some of that. And I keep moving it, but that's okay. We are just having fun, making messes, working it. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I love all these. So are you getting some ideas about what you can do with your old book pages with paint and a few things around the house? Absolutely. I love, don't waste the paint that's on here after you get through doing it, because just laying it down on its side and scraping it across gives you some beautiful, beautiful texture. We are on fire here, aren't we? And I want to show you just a couple more things. I like this one. I'm going to put this on here. I want to show you some gilding on top of these. I think I like the darker color to do the gilding on. And I'm just going to pour some of this treasure gold right on the edge. And scrape that along. And that does beautiful things. I love gilding pages. Love, love, love. Let me just clean this off. Don't want to lose any of that gold. Just looks good anyway, is this gold on top of anything. Just gives it the pop that we love. Absolutely. Now I think I've got another couple of things to show you here. Let me find another stencil I want to use. Lay that down. And I'm going to hope this works. I think this is going to work, but let's see. This is just an idea I had. And that's kind of working, but I don't think you can see it, so let me get the darker color here. So you can do it with stamp pads just as well. Don't you love what's going on there? I love textures and backgrounds. And of course, when these dry, you can come back and do more and more layers, multiple layers on them. It takes, depending on how thick you put the paint on, it can take 5 minutes to 30 minutes. If you put it on really thick, it might be 30 minutes for acrylics to dry to the touch. I'm going to smear that one now. My hands are just all gooey and juicy, but I think you get the idea about how much fun this really is by doing these pages that we don't know what else to do with, right? This is Rebecca, and get into your contagious creativity. Get your old book pages out and see what you can make of them. And we will probably come back at another time and work over some of these again to give you any more ideas. So I think that was 5, maybe more than 5 ideas about what to do with your book pages today. So get into your contagious creativity and pass it on. And may peace and joy be with you all.